What's going on, guys? Decoration Dude here, and today I have a really cool video on the Spirit Halloween H2O Michael Myers, made by Gemmy. I believe this was sold in 2010 in like the horror complex, I think it was called, maybe. He retailed for $279. Let's see if I can find the year real quick. Yep, it says 2010 right there with the Gemmy logo, so that's correct. You guys know me and my years. I'm never really certain on the years. But this guy is really cool, and before I had my Rob Zombie one, Michael Myers, I preferred the H2O over to Michael. But ever since I saw that Rob Zombie in person, I prefer Rob Zombie way over this one. I mean, this one's still cool, don't get me wrong, but the Rob Zombie one's definitely better. And he does have his box. It's a little beat up, but it's here. And got a couple instructions in there and his adapter box, but he did not come with his adapter. He's the only prop I got out of the lot that didn't have an adapter. And I got this guy. I got him with that Hannibal I made a video on. I also got a Ghostface from them. 2011 Jason, and one other prop that I'll be making a video on soon after I get a part in the mail. And yeah, I mean, I didn't expect to be getting this guy, but you know, I saw a listing pop up on Marketplace for all this stuff. I'm like, oh wow, I have to go get this, and I got really lucky. Like I said in the Hannibal video, like I did really get really lucky with these guys. But with that being said, I'll go ahead and get into the details on them. So, for starters, he is fully working. I fully restored him. To be fair, he didn't really have much that needed to be done. He was the best working out of all the props that I got. The only thing left that needs to be done is I need to do something about the blue on his mask. It's right here and on his nose. And the people that had him before me just had his face like pushed up against his jumpsuit, and so I guess over time the blue just kind of rubbed off on it. And on the car ride home, I guess some of it could have happened too. I didn't really notice that he was like that until we got back. But hopefully I'll find a solution to get that off. It's not the biggest deal. It does look weird, but if it's in like the dark, you can't really tell. So that's really the only issue with him right now. It's nothing serious. If you guys have one of these, I recommend like you put the head in like a grocery bag or something, just so that you don't risk his mask touching the jumpsuit and getting the blue on it, because it's kind of on the sides too. It's definitely not as bad as right here and right here, but I recommend putting his head in like a grocery bag or something just to protect it. And so other than that thing, the mask issue, his arm needed a new belt, and that was really it. So I went to Ace Hardware and I got a belt. I think the belt's like number 66 or something. I don't remember. If you need to know it, just comment down below and I will let you know what size belt it takes. But the belt I have in his arm right now, it works perfectly. It doesn't click or anything, and it holds the knife up, so that's good. And I did get a couple other options of belts from Ace, and I was trying them all out. And there was one that would get his arm up, and it would hold it up, and it would let it down with no clicking. And then when I put the knife in his hand, it started clicking. So I tried a different belt, and luckily it works perfectly. And I'm hoping it's not putting too much stress on the motor or anything, because it is a thicker belt, but it seems to be working pretty good. Other than that, his arm like needing a new belt because it would slip down. The only other thing I did was I added like an extension to this arm. Or I didn't really add an extension, I just kind of bent it down more. And because if you guys didn't know, this arm is like noticeably shorter than the arm that moves, and it just kind of looks funny. You can kind of tell in the box. It's really not as bad with the prototype, I don't think, and you probably can't really notice because his arm is up in this picture. But like it was pretty bad, so I made his arm longer, and I put a piece of foam in here to kind of reform his shoulder. And that was really it. He was ready to go after that. And here's the prototype. I guess this is worth mentioning. On the box, the prototype here actually has the realistic eyes, which look way better than the blacked out eyes that they gave it. Yeah, it's really hard to see his eyes, and in the dark you can't really tell that they're moving or anything. So I wish they would have stuck with that, but it's whatever. It's still a really cool prop. And something that's also worth mentioning is that there's also a prototype, I believe, that has red, like light up red eyes, which that's pretty interesting. Honestly, I think I would have preferred the red eyes over the blacked out eyes, because I mean, if it bothered you, you could just cut the wire to the eyes or whatever. But I mean, it doesn't look absolutely horrible. And then his hands down here, his hands are very detailed. You just don't find this quality these days. It's crazy how good we used to have it back in the day with stuff like this. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and activate them for you guys. So yeah, guys, there he was. I'm not sure if his eyes were moving in that or not. It was hard to tell. It's honestly hard to tell, like I was saying. I may not have his head on all the way. I can check real quick. No, it's on all the way. I guess I just couldn't tell. I guess I'll go ahead and activate him one more time. I'm just gonna cut him off there because his activation's long, and I did check. The eyes were working, but I mean, yeah, there he is, H2O Michael Myers, and he's really cool. He's grown on me. Like I said, after I got Rob Zombie, I just wasn't the biggest fan of this guy, but now that I have him, he's definitely growing on me, and hopefully I'll be able to get that mask figured out. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about him, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here, and thanks for watching.